Hey guys, Shane Stars with DroidMotorX.com. Pretty excited. I've got the Verizon Galaxy Note 3. I received this on Thursday the 10th, so I got it along with everybody else. I did pre-order it, but I wasn't lucky enough to get it a day early like some guys were reporting. But I have it now. It's Sunday, and I still haven't taken it out of the box because I wanted to do that for you guys. I know how much you guys love unboxing videos. Of course, if there are any roots that come out for this, there's no root method yet. As soon as one comes out, I'll have a root method for this device and bootloader unlock tutorials for this device, ROM guides for this device. You want to make sure that you are subscribed to this channel. Let's go ahead and do what you guys came for. We're going to unbox the Note 3. So the first thing we'll do is take it out of its sleeve, and then we'll pop the top. And we'll go ahead and remove the Note 3. It is huge. It doesn't feel any bigger than the Note 2. They were able to remove some of the bezel and just really make it slimline. It feels a whole lot thinner than the Note 2, or at least from what I remember. Everything about this phone actually feels a whole lot smaller, and smaller than I expected. So we'll go ahead and peel back the screen protector. Okay, so we'll go ahead and set the phone out of the way for just a second. We'll get back to that here in a minute. We'll continue unboxing. We'll see what else is left here in the box. So it looks like we've got some reading material here. Kind of set that to the side, and we've got a USB 3 charging cable. That's new to the Galaxy Note 3. I have not had a USB 3 charging cable on any other Galaxy device. Okay, and then we've got our charging brick and a 3200 milliamp hour battery. So that's a pretty large battery. That should give us, 24 hours or more on our Galaxy Note 3. Okay, so we'll go ahead and pop in the battery and boot it up for the first time. Before we do that, I just kind of want to talk about the design. This has more of a square design, more like the Galaxy S4, less like the Galaxy Note 2, so it definitely stands out from the Galaxy Note 2. You really will feel like you're holding a different device. Of course, Verizon they decided not to have the Verizon logo on the menu button, which is really nice. I'm glad that they decided to go that route. On the back, we have this. It feels really nice and hard, but it looks like leather. I thought it was going to be soft like leather and kind of tacky like leather, but it's not at all. It feels kind of like a plastic back. It just has that neat leather-like appearance, which gives it that little bit of extra design. It has a stitching effect around the back, which really looks pretty neat in my opinion. Of course, you have the Galaxy Note 3. The 3 reminds me of Disney for some reason. And then you've got your Verizon 4G LTE logo. And we can talk about size. If you put it next to the Galaxy S4, you can see that it is quite a bit bigger. The phone would fit in there pretty easily. The screen size is much larger. If we match the screen size up there, you've got about an inch taller screen and maybe half an inch wider. So another cool thing about the design here is the grill around the edge. So it has that real silver look, and I don't know if you can see in the video there, but it has like ridges on the side, which really just make it look nice. As far as functionality, those ridges don't do much, but they just really look good. You can see the speaker is inset there, and that looks pretty neat. This is a 5.7-inch display. It is 1080p, so full high definition, Super AMOLED at 386 pixels per inch. So go ahead and throw the battery in there and boot it up, and we'll continue talking about some of the specs while we do that. In case you didn't notice, it does still have the S Pen that we've all come to love with our Note devices. And we'll go ahead and turn that on. So pushing this device is a quad-core Snapdragon 800 2300 megahertz CPU. The built-in storage is 32 gigabytes. It does have a micro SD card, so you can expand that up to 64 extra gigabytes of storage. The camera on the back here is a 13 megapixel camera with an LED flash and f2.2 aperture. So one really cool thing about this camera is that it actually records in 4K. So none of us can afford a 4K television, but for when they do become affordable within the next several years, this phone actually captures video in 4K, which is pretty outstanding. I believe it's the first phone to actually do that. So pretty awesome. And then on the front side, we do have a 2 megapixel front-facing camera. It should be plenty good enough for Hangouts on Google+. So now that we're all booted up, we'll take a quick look at some of the features. One of the features that they're really pushing for the Note 3 is the magazine UX. If you just swipe up, that brings up My Magazine. Now, I haven't had a chance, being that I just booted this phone up, to really try this. But the way it works here is you'll just add your information, and basically this will open up the Flipboard application that we kind of already know on other devices. It's been around for Android for quite a while. But that's basically what the magazine UX is. Then another one that they push from the home screen when you first boot up is the multi-window feature. So if you press and hold the back button, you'll get your multi-window feature. Any of these applications you can open up in a small window and open up more than one at a time. So we'll just open up Hangouts here, and then we can open up Mail down below. That's how that works. We'll go into our app drawer, and then we can see all the included things here. It's really not cluttering up our app drawer. So everything's kind of tucked away in a nice, neat little folder. We can go into Amazon folder here, and it gives us all of our Amazon built-in bloat here, and then we'll go into our Google. All of our Google apps are stored in a nice, neat little folder. So I actually kind of like the way that TouchWiz works in all the bloat. So we know with the Verizon phone, you're going to get extra applications that are just included with your phone. Some of them you'll want to keep, some of them you won't want to keep. But I like the fact that it doesn't just clutter up my app drawer. It's all kind of nice and neatly contained. So a few things we have here. Group Play, you can sync up several Galaxy devices and play whatever media you want to play on these different speakers. So if you wanted to share a song with your friend, you guys wouldn't have to sit around and huddle around one phone. You could actually listen on several different speakers, which is pretty cool. There's the S Health application, the S Translator, S Voice, kind of a Siri-like application. Not as good as Siri, definitely not as good as Google Now. I definitely prefer Google Now over S Voice, but it is there in case you want to try it. There's Samsung Hub and the Watch On application. So the Watch On application is kind of like a TV application. It's supposed to turn your device into a remote control for your TV. That's one feature that Samsung's really been touting. I tried it out on my Galaxy S4 and I couldn't get it to work. I've got Dish Network at home, and it said that it just wasn't capable to work with the Dish Network. So maybe when we move and get Uverse, that was one of the providers that it said it would work with, so I'll try it then. And of course you have your tools. These are all standard here. And your Verizon applications. We'll go into settings. And you'll notice that you do have blocking mode, so this is where you can restrict callers. So basically what blocking mode does is, say you want to basically turn your phone off after you get off work. Or you want to turn your phone off between 12 midnight and 7 o'clock, that way it doesn't go off and wake you up. You can turn on blocking mode, you can kind of set it up for what hours you want blocking mode to be turned on, and then of course you can choose what you do want turned off as well. There's easy mode, which takes away pretty much all your features, or at least makes them really easy to access for anyone who's not really familiar with a smartphone. Easy mode is a good way to get them acclimated to a smartphone. You do have the hands-free mode for when you're driving. And then you have one-handed operation. On a phone like the Note 3, this one-handed operation is really critical, at least it is for me. I'm not really able to reach the entire keyboard with my thumb, and if I can, sometimes you'll find yourself dropping the phone if you try to overreach to the other side, or you'll find that your thumb cramps up a lot. So this one-handed operation, at least for me, has been critical with a device as big as the Note 3. Of course, you do have motions and gestures. Air gesture, air view, air command, motion, and palm motion. These are all features that are built into TouchWiz. You've seen the commercial where the guy has his phone sitting on the desk and he just kind of waves his hand over his phone and it shows his notifications. And all the quick things that he needs to know. You can do that with air gesture. Okay guys, that about wraps it up for my unboxing of the Samsung Galaxy Note 3. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to click the like button, subscribe to this channel for more coverage. I like this in the near future. As soon as a root guide comes out, I will have video up for that. If the bootloader gets unlocked, we'll have a video for that. You'll definitely want to be subscribed to this channel. You can find more of me at droidmodderx.com. We'll have the latest in Android and tech news. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at droidmodderx. Thanks for watching. Be blessed. I'll see you in the next one.